Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about the J.R.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings Recall game. This game was manufactured by Milton Bradley in 1978. It seats anywhere from 2 to unlimited players, runs for about 30 minutes of game time, and is rated for ages 4 and up. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Milton Bradley released the Recall game in 1978. This version of the game is the same as the game of Memory. Memory, unfortunately, was a game that was trademarked by Ravensburger Games in 1959, and they still hang on to the trademark name today. The game is currently in public domain, and Memory, the Recall game, and the matching game are all the same game and have been released in multiple countries in multiple different languages over the years. This game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with one plastic tray and 108 cards. Please note the tray is for storing the cards only and is not used during gameplay. To set up this game, take all the cards and place them face down and shuffle them. Arrange them with the pitcher side down in the game wants you to do in 12 rows with 9 cards in each row, but you can kind of set it up however you want. To play this game, choose one player to go first. The other players will then follow their turn clockwise. On your turn, turn over any 2 cards. You must turn the cards over in place so that everyone can see what and where they are. If the card in which you turn over matches, take both cards and place them face up in a pile in front of you. You can continue to turn over cards as long as you keep matching pairs. If the cards do not match, turn the cards back over, pitcher side down, and your turn is over. All players try to remember the position of non-matching cards. Players take turns trying to match pairs of cards. The game continues until all cards are matched. When there are no longer any cards to choose, count the number of pairs that you have. The player who collects the most pairs of cards wins the game. If you would like a shorter game, simply remove some of the agreed upon number of pairs of cards. So this has been an overview of the J.R.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings Recall game. So this is a very basic game. It's a very kid-friendly game. It's designed for younger kids so that way they can start building memory. It's a pretty straightforward game. I like the Lord of the Rings tone to it. It's got a nice cartoon drawing version of all the characters and items from Lord of the Rings. It has that nice 1970s cartoon movie feel to it. So theming-wise, I would say it's a very nice looking game. It has the nice characters in there. They're actually named. It's got Saruman, it's got Frodo, everybody. So it's a very well put together version of Memory. So I think it is a nice choice. Like I said, it's very kid friendly. It's very easy to pick up, very easy to learn. It's meant for kids that are at a younger age that may not grasp complicated games as easy. So it's a good starter game if you want something interesting to play with your kids. For a family game night, sure, it's a great option. It's a interesting choice, especially if you have younger children. I think you would have a good time with it. They won't really have too many problems going through the rules, and they're pretty straightforward. For a game night with friends, if you want something really rudimentary simple, and you just need a break or a change of pace from something more complicated like Twilight Imperium or something like that, and you just want something very basic, might be a good option for you. It is a very well-designed game. It has a nice thick tiles on there, so they have a nice cardboard quality. So they are very well made, and they're put together very nicely. The game goes online anywhere from about 20 to 40 bucks, mainly because it's a Lord of the Rings branded copy of Memory. So you do have collectors out there for specific Lord of the Ring things. But overall, I think it's a very well put together kids game that can get children into gaming. So, if you haven't played the J.R.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings Recall game before, I'd recommend taking a look at it. Like I said, if you have really small kids, it's a really nice option for you, and you get a chance to go through characters from Lord of the Rings and items, things like that, especially if you want to get them into the books. It's a nice bridge segue for that. So, if you haven't played this particular version of Memory before, I would recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamers Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on the J.R.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings Recall game from Milton Bradley. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.